Okay, so it's the first Raw after SummerSlam, blazing the trail to Night of Champions. We begin with like 15-20 minutes of the Stephanie McMahon saga continuing. And I'm glad Nikki turned heel. I think a Nikki Brie feud actually makes sense. It might make those two interesting again. But like 15 minutes, like 10-15 minutes were spent just on this angle. In comparison, they spent like 5 minutes when Paige had a match against Natalya, which she dedicated to AJ. AJ came down distracting Paige for Natalya to get the Rollins victory. And then Paige cut a small, AJ cut a small promo afterwards. That was like 5 minutes hyping up the title of the Divas division. And I spent like 10-15 minutes talking about a single match that happened at SummerSlam. Just put that in some comparison for you. The Dusts took on the Usos, and I guess which will be the lead-in feud for them to take on each other in Night of Champions, with the Dust getting the victory. You know, nice sequencing of matches. I think having brothers versus brothers is a beautiful looking feud. Looks great on paper. It's going to be, I think it'd be a really, really solid match for those guys to have in Night of Champions. The world's strongest tag team took on the Wyatts again in a match that was kind of a rematch from their SmackDown match. Good match, nice back and forth. It's weird seeing the Wyatts overpowered by the team of Big Show and Mark Henry, but it makes sense. They're two former world champions. I mean, easily the two most physically impressive individuals in the E currently. They pick up the victory. Mark Henry later on would come out and get in Rusev's face. I like that. I like that a lot. Rusev was pretty much a one-man wrecking crew against the black wrestlers. You know, that's why most of his matches were against Kofi Kingston, R-Truth, Xavier Woods, 2 pay-per-view wins against Big E Langston. You know, Jack Swagger, fresh off his loss to Rusev, had a pretty nice promo. Still sucks he's got a lift. Didn't have the lift, I'm thinking his promos would be that much better. Takes on Cesaro again. Cesaro gets a victory, squeaks one out. Bo Dallas then comes down and kind of, reads the riot act a little bit to Jack Swagger. Alright, I think a Swagger Bo Dallas thing kind of work for a little bit. Alright, not bad, Miz had his return match against Dolph Ziggler. Ziggler injured his knee in last night's match, re-injured it during this match, and Miz wins by count out. Bizarre kind of thrown together match. Brock Lesnar got the new WWE World Heavyweight Championship belt handed to him. Identical to the old WWE belt, however, it went from the scratch logo to the network logo. Yeah, it's identical. You might notice too, the mics changed from the 4-sided mic with the old scratch logo to the new network logo and 3-sided microphones. Yeah, so the last remnant of the Attitude Era is entirely gone. No more scratch logo. Sorry, scratch logo fans. I will say I do think that the $9.99 needs to become a t-shirt. I think Network $9.99 is a definite t-shirt worthy idea that should be done right now. With how fast they can kick out a t-shirt, I'm pretty sure that one would makes perfect sense. Then a 6-man tag, which would have made no sense to people who don't watch Main Event. Here's why it makes sense to watch Main Event. One team was Ryback and Randy Orton, with the crowd white hot for Ryback because we're in Las Vegas. The other team was Sheamus, Rob Van Dam, Roman Reigns. Probably think that makes no sense at all. That team makes no sense. On Main Event, the Usos had an open challenge. They had a triple threat match against Ryback, and Rob Van Dam came down. Was like, bro, I totally want to get in this match. And they would, you need a tag team partner, stupid. You think all about Sheamus. Because pot leaves look like 4-leaf clovers? I don't know. Because one time, Rob smoked some stuff, and thought he was transparent, and Sheamus looks transparent. No idea why those two are tag team, but they were, and I was like, you know, not a bad mesh of styles. They both kick. They kick. There. And of course, this is a match with Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns being the Samoan John Cena, of course wins. There's an awesome Paul Heyman promo you have to look up. You know, I think Paul Heyman did the best job possible when it came to building up John Cena. You know, showing him respect for what he's done in the ring, and taking a beating, and not surrendering. So that whole promo where it's Brock Lesnar gets the title, and after the McMahons leave, you know, Stephanie and Triple H leave the ring, Paul does a beautiful promo. And the fact that when you look and he says, Brock Lesnar! And Lesnar even kind of mildly pops for it, and then he says it again. Just freaking brilliant. Brilliant promo. Main event. Falls count anywhere. Ambrose. Rollins. Wow. Running sit-down powerbomb into a pile of chairs. Superplex through a table. Chokeslam onto an announce table. Curb stomp onto an announce table. And they end with a curb stomp into a pile of cinder blocks. Very soft cinder blocks. They broke under impact, so you know, I'm trying to think, maybe like soapstone. But vicious, brutal, amazing match. Ambrose and Rollins, they have got chemistry that I have not seen in quite some time in the E. And they put out a phenomenal main event.